Well, welcome. Welcome to the Okanogan Forest channel on YouTube. And today I want to talk with you very briefly about some key points in terms of doing research on finding a good reefer container to make into a cabin, to make a reefer container cabin home. And clearly I'm not in the Okanogan highlands right now, but that's kind of how modern life is. And one of the advantages of being a frugal bushcrafter is that when you are where you have resources, you should take full advantage of them. In the Pacific Northwest where I am, I'm always amused because the media, the newspapers or the magazine print, oftentimes, or occasionally at least, runs some article about someone taking containers and making a home, or making a cabin someplace. I saw one that was about $40,000. $40,000 for a 20-foot container. And I also recently saw another very nice and very well done spread in a magazine about one firm that takes 20-foot containers. These are not reefers now, just containers. And they refurbish them into these beautiful little cabins, and they charge about $30,000 for each one. Well, that's not really what I'm talking about here. What I'm talking about here is being frugal. And what I want to do today is to just share a couple of insights that I have on how you do your research so that you can begin to find what you want to buy for your reefer container cabin once you have your land. Now let me say there are a number of ways to find a good container. And you should begin looking around and doing your homework. One is certainly to look on Craigslist and some things like that. But I have a very different approach to this in terms of educating myself, and this is what I want to share with you. The first thing I would suggest you do is you get on the internet and actually go to a website called LinkedIn. Now this is the LinkedIn page that I printed out here just this morning. It's LinkedIn News. And what LinkedIn, it's L-I-N-K-E-D-I-N, LinkedIn. What LinkedIn is a social media website, and you join, and it's targeted towards professionals. Okay, that means that doctors and teachers and salespeople and so on and so forth, they join this, and then they build up a network of their colleagues, and it's a professional social network. Well, that's all well and good, but what's particularly important for us when we're trying to find out what's the right price or where can I buy a good reefer container that I can build into a nice cabin or a bug out location someplace. Well, on LinkedIn, and I'm a member of this group, on LinkedIn they have something called, they have all these different professional groups. Well, would you believe it? They have a professional group on LinkedIn called Reefer Trading. Now, I printed this out here today, and you don't need to see the small print, but you can see the little boxes. These are all people trying to either buy or sell specifically refrigerated containers on the internet. Now, this is a wonderful place to begin to get information about companies and people who are in this business. It costs you nothing. It's free. All you have to do is join LinkedIn and then join the group. And you have access to all these people that can help you with your information. And I would suggest wherever you are, if you're in North America or Europe or wherever you are, Australia, New Zealand, you take a look at this group, because you'll be able to begin to conceptualize prices and what's a good price and what the costs, the real costs, are going to be for you if you choose to buy from one of these vendors. Okay, another place that you can go, which I think is just common sense almost today, but some people don't do it. Go to Google or some other search engine and specifically type in buy reefer container. Now, if you've looked at some of my other videos on Okanogan Forest channel, you know that I am a proponent of reefer containers. Those are the refrigerated containers that have the insulation so that you don't have to do all that stuff. They're also typically not steel on the outside. They're stainless steel, and they're aluminum or stainless steel on the inside. And what that means is that in the life of your cabin that you're going to build, it's going to last a lot longer, and you're going to be a lot warmer in winter and a lot cooler in summer. Now, if you prefer, you can buy a crummy old steel container and go to all the trouble and the expense to put insulation and all that other stuff in there, or you can go to some guy and buy a crummy steel container with all the add-ons for $35,000. That's not what I'm suggesting here. I'm suggesting you do it yourself and do it in a frugal way. So, what else can I say about this? I am going to, in coming days, have more videos that I put up on the internet at Okanogan Forest Channel that will specifically look at various components of how I've designed my reefer container. And yes, those will be from the container, not from my office. So I hope this is helpful to you. Let me capsulize here at the end, or conclude. And that is, 1, LinkedIn. Good choice. Join LinkedIn, and then join the reefer trading group on LinkedIn, and you can find it. Do your search on the internet. Search by reefer container. And whatever other things you want to do. Take a look at Craigslist or anything else like that, and weeks or even months before you begin to actually buy, begin to do this looking around, so that you become knowledgeable and you become aware of what a good price and a fair price is. You'll also see, you'll learn other things too, and that is about the transportation of your container and all those things. I hope this is helpful to you, and it's very specifically focused on the idea of doing your homework or doing your research before you spend your money. I hope this has been helpful. Good luck with your project.